Good morning, everybody. It's around 8 o'clock in the morning. We just got up and we're about to go downstairs and get some breakfast, and then we're going to get checked out and head over to Jackson and start our Stranger Things filming locations tour. So just follow me and go downstairs and get some breakfast. Breakfast of champions right here. Got the cinnamon roll, sausage, 2 different omelets, and apple juice. So, as we're getting ready to leave the hotel, I'll show you what the weather looks like for today. Right now, 30 degrees. It was 26 when I woke up, so it's starting to go up. Sun's up now. But it's gonna be cold, but we got this. We are checked out of our hotel and we're about to head over to Jackson. You already know we got the Hellfire shirt on today. It's about a 20-minute drive, so let's go have some fun. About 20 minutes away. And just like that, we have arrived in Jackson, Georgia, aka Hawkins, Indiana. And as we get this video started, the first stop we're making is right here to the left at the library scene from downtown Hawkins. Nestled right in the heart of Butts County, Georgia. Nestled dead in the middle of the town square is the Hawkins Public Library, also known as the Jackson Welcome Center. Right there in the middle is where Elle would have told Mike goodbye for the final time. This whole town square was used in the military scenes in season 5. Jackson Escape Games, also known as the Radio Shack. And they have these little signs on the ground here to show you the locations if you do decide to come and check them out. This is an escape game place now, and they do have Stranger Things based escape games, as you can tell by all the decor on the windows. This is Welcome to the Upside Down. Welcome to Hawkins. And they don't open until 12, but you can kind of see the inside here. And right next door to the Radio Shack, this is where the general store, Melvald's, would have been in the store. It's actually a Papa John's now. We know that because we got another one of these on the ground. The QR code to scan to see. And right next to that, we have this 80s store, also known as Hawkins Headquarters. We'll walk over there as well. Wait for traffic to come to a stop. Welcome to Hawkins, with all the stuff painted all over the windows. And the big mural on the side. Hawkins, Indiana. And next to that, we got the Surfer Boy pizza van. Inside the van, they got some bicycles and some other decor from the show. Now, I don't know if this is the screen used van or not. It could be, but we're not 100% sure. Now, I don't know if this place is open yet, Maybe I just got too early of a start on the day because it doesn't seem like anything downtown's open yet. So Hawkins headquarters was not open quite yet, but she did give me a map of all the locations. Church, we do got to check out the church all the way down to Hawkins Library, and they even give a little bit of a backstory. So we'll have to check out all these places, but she said they open in about 30 minutes, so we're going to walk around the town for a little bit, check out some things, and make our way back over. But we did get an early start on the morning, so we're just going to have to be patient. And as we wait, we do come up on this mural over here, painted on the wall, done by Ellen's Art. She's also the one that did the mural over there on the 80s store. And then on this side, we also have the original Radio Shack sign from the show, along with Hopper, Joyce, Nancy, Steve, and Robin. Over here on this side, you have the main cast, which is Max, Lucas, Mike, Elle, Will, and Dustin. Really pretty mural. It is sure cold out here today. I think it's colder today than it was yesterday over in Covington. Maybe it's going to warm up. I'm not sure if this is going to be the last stop on this trip. I've been contemplating going up to Helen, Georgia, and checking it out. I've been wanting to see it. It's about 2 hours from here, and then if leave from there and head back towards home, that's about a 5-hour drive. So I guess I'll contemplate that while I'm down here and make a final decision before I leave. Now, the Hawkins Library, aka Welcome Center, is a big staple in downtown. A lot of these Georgia towns have big courthouses and welcome centers nestled right in the heart. And they all look different, but they all have the big clock up at the top. That's one thing that's really nice about Georgia, is how pretty the town squares are in each place. Right here on this corner is actually where the movie theater would have been. They actually hung a facade here while they filmed the show, and then after the show was over, they took down the facade. Now it's just a little tavern. Bradley's on the square. You would never even know that it was once a movie theater, which it was never actually a theater in real life, but I'll get to the side here and show you kind of where the scene would be that Nancy walked up and found that she had some pretty nasty stuff written on the side. The facade would have came out right here. And then down this alleyway, we'll walk down here, is where the fight scene between Steve and Jonathan would have took place. And they have a mural on the wall also pointing out that alley scene. Right here at the Hawk Theater, Stranger Things Season 1, Episode 6, The Monster, Jonathan and Steve alley fight scene. Right here down this alley where it would have took place at. And here is the famous alley. Looks very, very familiar, don't it? Right here in front of one of these loading docks. I believe it was the second loading dock. Yep, right here is where the fight took place. You would never even know it unless you had the map or figured it out otherwise. It definitely smells like an old alleyway, that's for sure. I think I seen a raccoon coming out of one of these trash cans when I first walked up, and it jumped down and went back in there. It was either a raccoon or a possum or something, but there was definitely something coming out of the trash can. So, as we're exploring down here, I know we're going to go find the cemetery scene for Billy's grave. And then we're also going to go find the church as well. I don't know if we're going to go to Hawkins Lab or not. From my understanding, it is getting tore down soon. And unfortunately, Someone fell off the roof a couple of weeks ago, and now they have high security around the area, so might not be able to get close enough to it to actually see anything. But yeah, Bradley's on the square. They're not open yet, but you can see stranger things are happening. If you come over to the Goat Island Tavern, you'll be greeted with Elvis in the window, along with some goats and coyotes. Just some cool taxidermy they got out here in the window. Anyone need a mountain goat? In here we got a little alleyway with places to sit. Not sure if anything was filmed in here, but it is a cute little area. There's no Stranger Things murals or nothing in this one, just a bunch of tables leading out to the back. Right in front of the library. How about that sign? Husband daycare. Only pay for your husband's drinks. And they did just open up. He was just unlocking the door. But we've already ate breakfast. And it's a tavern. It's too early to be drinking. I didn't realize it, but the church is actually not even a quarter of a mile from the town square. So looks like we're getting in our steps again today. And we'll take you down here to the church. Let's see what it looks like. It's just up there by that red light. Just as we get to the end of this, the church should start to peak. And there it is. That's one of the good filming locations here in Jackson. You can get right up and close and personal with some of them. And if I remember correctly, in season 5, the squawk van was sitting right outside where that cat's on the sidewalk at Jackson Presbyterian Church. And here is the proof. Hawkins Presbyterian Church. Last year when they were filming, the whole area was covered in vines. There's nothing left of it now. Say hey to the cat. Yeah, the whole church was covered in vines to replicate the upside down. Now I know inside the lab there's still marks from the pool noodles that they used to create the noodles, or the vines I should say, but not here. But there it is, Jackson Presbyterian Church. The squawk van would have been parked right here. We'll walk around it, make sure that we're not missing anything. Or it could have been parked over here in this little parking lot area. There is a few vehicles here, so. But no, that's just the back end of the church office. But it is 10 o'clock now, so Hawkins headquarters should be open. So we're going to make our way back over there and check out the inside of that store and see what all kind of cool stuff they have in there. So as I was looking up addresses for all the different filming locations, the Palace Arcade is about an hour from here, and then the Creel House is about an hour from there, and then Hawkins Lab is over in that direction. So if I'm over in that direction, I might just stop by and check it out. And then we've got to go to McDonough first to check out the Wheeler house and the other main characters' houses. And then we'll decide where we're going from there. McDonough's only like 15 minutes up the road from here. I went there last night to eat supper, so I know exactly where I'm at. All right, so I just got a little information about the inside of the store. So Back here in the back, they have the Palace Arcade sign. And then, of course, the Stranger Things stuff with a 6-foot Demogorgon. Or, that's not 6 foot. I'm almost 6 foot. He's way taller than me. That's like 8 foot. And then in the back, they got an arcade. An old style arcade with super neat 3D looking posters and pictures. And then you got old Skull Eddie here playing his guitar. Pinball games. And welcome to Hawkins sign, along with parts of the Upside Down. Which these, I'm not sure if these are screen used. She did show me some that were. Hawkins Police Department. With one of the bicycles. Castle Byers. It's the restroom. Nice. There's the Eddie gravestone. They got all kinds of neat stuff. These Demogorgon lamps, little Demogorgons, all kinds of shirts. It's a better look at that 8-foot tall Demogorgon. Thinking about buying one of these, putting in my room. I know you can get them on HalloweenCostumes.com. And this desk was actually used in the show. This was Erica's desk along with her books. And you can tell because on the inside, it has the little Stranger Things set piece, along with a jacket with a signature on it, on the sleeve. Over here at the front of the store, squawk jackets, along with all the TVs playing Stranger Things. Yeah. There's another Demogorgon. That one looks a little scarier. Can't forget about El's Egos. Remember the scene from Never Ending Story when they were trying to break into the vault? There's one of the set pieces. Now she did say wasn't the one they actually used, but it was an extra one they had that they decided not to put on screen. But it's still cool that they have it. Here's a better look at the TVs. All old TVs playing Stranger Things. Robert and Steve. I do think I am going to get me a shirt from here, though. They even got an old working payphone. Can't forget about Vecna in the dressing room. Starcourt Mall. The only thing missing from the show was the three-headed dragon. Now, I don't know how they didn't put that in there, but they forgot to do that. Everybody thought that was the actual main monster at the end, but unfortunately it was not. Now, here's a foreshadowing for later. We are going to go check out the Real House. It's about a 2-hour drive, but it'd be okay because we're going home with a Demogorgon lamp. Yep, I decided I'm gonna buy it. I wanted it at Books A Million, but they didn't have any, so what better place to get it than actual Hawkins headquarters? And this is an actual piece of the squawk van. If you see in the documentary, there's 3 panels missing, and this is one of them. So, and we can't forget about the old Radio Shack sign. That one's not the screen used one, but still cool to see them out and about, considering Radio Shack isn't around. Alright, I think we spent almost an hour in Hawkins headquarters. The people that run it are awesome. She gave me a long backstory on all the happenings around here while they were filming. Showed me some cool stuff, and they were the nicest people. So, but they did say they're trying to get a convention going. You know, Mystic Falls has the I Was Feeling Epic convention where all the cast comes and does panels and Q&As and signings and stuff like that. And they are trying to get something like that for Hawkins, so that'd be pretty cool. But I got my Demogorgon, and now we're about to ride over towards, they did tell me also that the Wheeler's house is in East Atlanta, so we are going to be heading over there. We're going to be making a big circle today. We're going to check out the Real House, possibly Hawkins Lab. They said Benny's Burgers is over there. And let's see what else. Hawkins Police Department, Palace Arcade. We're going to try to hit them all. We ain't got nothing to do today, so tomorrow is our trip home, so we're just going to enjoy today. And I've been seeing these all over TikTok. It's not fried chicken, it's ice cream, and I finally found one, so we're going to give it a try and check it out. We're almost back to the car. We're out of Jack. Alright, let's pop it open and see what it looks like. It looks like an actual chicken tender. Or not a chicken tender. Looks like a chicken leg. Let's try it. Even the inside looks like chicken. It don't taste like chicken though. It tastes like kettle corn. Like the caramel popcorn. The outside does. The ice cream's got a piece of chocolate in it. Just vanilla ice cream, but it's pretty solid. And we are out of Jackson. We've got about an hour and 4 minutes until we get to Billy's grave. And we have arrived at Stone Mountain Cemetery. We'll follow this down until we come up on the area where Billy's grave will be at. So as soon as you pass the cemetery sign, you go straight and then take the first right. Just make sure you're careful coming through here, because you can't really see around these corners. There could be cars coming. Let's see, we're gonna follow this all the way at the bottom of this hill. The reason I know how to get here is because I watched a TikTok video of a guy showing exactly how to get here. So you come out to this main road like so, and instead of pulling out on the road, just gonna take a sharp turn. Pull up here, and then there's a big tree right here on the left, right there. So we're gonna pull off to the side of the road right there. And then we got to walk all the way up there to the top. As we're walking up the hill, you can see that there's a camera on that light post. Once you see that camera, you know you're in the right spot, because it all happened right up here. And there it is. Everybody sign their name. I'm gonna go ahead and sign mine while I'm at it. Let's see. The marker don't work, but at least you know I was here. This is the exact spot that Max levitated when Vecna got her and said, "It is time, Maxine." But she broke away, and she was about 6 foot up in the sky anyway. And then she was brought right back down here. So this is the spot where it all happened. And you can see my car down there at the bottom of the hill. It's not hard to find. And there's the camera I was telling you about right there on that light post. Now, I do believe Eddie's grave is in here also, so we're going to go find that real quick. Alright, so it shows that you go past this mausoleum up here and then turn left, and I think I see it over there already. So it ain't too far of a walk from Billy's grave. This is where this is where the bullying scene happened in season 5, where Dustin gets in a fight with the high school bullies at Eddie's grave, which I think there is a shirt over here, a Hellfire shirt, where it's marked at. So we'll continue walking and we should stumble right up on it. And here it is. I got a little rock memorial. Hellfire lives. Everybody says we love you, Eddie. And then here is the shirt. It's full of signatures. A lot of people have been down here. Little friendship bracelet and a lighter. And then here's some more stuff that everybody put. We love you, Eddie. Hellfire lives. And there's a Sharpie right here. So let's see if this one works. And let's see. I'll put cruise. Yeah, this one works. Barely see it right there, but I wrote cruise. I'm gonna leave the Sharpie actually right there in the edge of the flowers. So that's gonna do it at the cemetery scenes. We've seen Billy and we've seen Eddie's grave sites. Now we're gonna head over to Duluth, Georgia, and I'm gonna show y'all what's left of Starcourt Mall. From my understanding, there's only one store open, and I don't think you have access into the mall, but we're going to try and see what we can see from the one store. But I'll show you what the front looks like, and you can match it up to the season 3. But it's a 35-minute drive from the cemetery, and we're going to head that direction. This is a really pretty drive through here. We're over here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Really, really pretty through here. There's hills and mountains, and it's just a beautiful drive. We're heading over to Duluth, Georgia now. We're about 30 minutes away. And we have arrived at Starcourt Mall, also known as Gwinnett Place Mall, here in Duluth, Georgia. Behind me over here, right about there, is where Billy's car would have sat to run directly into the front of the mall, which is right here. Let's go take a look up here and see if you can see anything inside the windows. Yes, you can. It looks like a regular mall on the inside. There's Mega Mart over there. I want to say Mega Mart was open. I don't think that any of these doors are going to be open. No, they're not. I don't want to be trespassing or anything, but I might walk over to Mega Mart just to see if you can get inside from to be able to get any better pictures of the inside of the mall. But that's all you're going to see, just the Gwinnett place up there. But yeah, Billy's car would have sat right down there. Well, apparently the janitor was going inside. I walked up to her and asked her if there was anywhere to see the inside of the mall. She said no, it's closed to the public. And the cops rolled around here and escorted her inside. So apparently they have a lot of people that come by and visit the mall. But that's the closest you're going to get to it. There ain't nowhere to see it anymore. So now we're just walking up to the car and heading over to the Wheeler houses. And then in case y'all thought I was kidding, there's 2 cops there and there's one up there by the door. So our next stops are going to be over at Mike Wheeler's house and Dustin's and Lucas's and Barb's house. And then the last stop will be in Rome, Georgia at the Creel house, aka Vecna's lair. So one last look at the arcade. You see there's people been messing things up. There's more broken glass. And then there's the inside of the arcade right there. Or this is the family video. But I've seen videos posted with people inside. I don't really know how they got inside. So they must have locked these doors since then. But there's there's the lock, obviously. Let's see. Oh, well, I guess we will go inside. So here is the inside of family video. Now that is a mess. But we'll walk in the arcade too because the door's open. Same floor. This is where it all took place at. There's junk all in this room here. People have just been messy. So I don't see a back room where he would have took Max to meet up with Lucas, unless that's what this little area is. And it looks like it could be. It's a little dark, but it just leads right back over here to the family video. Somebody left a Spider-Man book back. But so I guess if you want to come to the arcade, it's wide open. You just got to go in the family video side. But there's really no remnants of Stranger Things left. You know, there's just the floor and a lot of insulation everywhere. Ceiling's all messed up. You can see where they had the had the vents right here. They've got it all decked out, but we're gonna head over to the Wheeler house and we'll pick you up there. So if I don't get anything else from the trip, I found a little piece of the tile from the floor that I could keep as a keepsake. But the floor was already messed up, so I wasn't taking anything. But just a little piece, just to have. I wanted to go to the lab and maybe get a brick or something, but they won't let you close to the lab anymore.
At the stop sign, take a slight right turn onto Tell Road Southwest.
And we're about 10 minutes away from Mike Wheeler's house, out in the middle of nowhere. All right, look in the background, there it is. Mike Wheeler's house. I wonder what's going on in the basement. Probably some D&D. They do have private residence signs up, so just be mindful when you decide to come down here that there are people that live here. So there's another one right up there as well. Well, right up there, I think that might be Lucas's house. And there's Lucas's house. You can see the private residence sign. It says no trespassing, so we're not going to stop, but that's Lucas's. Next up, and there's Dusty Bun's house up on the hill. Can't really get too close to that because it is up a hill, so we're not going to go down the driveway or anything, but there it is. And also on the other side of the road, it probably wasn't, but that over there,
Turn left.
looks like it could have been used to build a squawk, but I know that's in a different place, but it looks right across the street from Dustin's house.
Proceed to the route.
We're heading over. All right, our last stop on this side of Georgia before we head over to Rome for the Creel House. Brimborn Steelworks, also known as Atlanta Utility Works. This is where all the rats came to in season 2, and this is where Billy's car was left, which is still here. Let's take a look and see what the inside of the car looks like. We got a Demogorgon driving it. I don't know if this one was a show used one, but if it was, it sure has rusted a lot since then. Which it's been 10 years, so if it's been sitting out here for, well, not 10 years since season 2, but it's been sitting out here since then, I can understand why. Over in the passenger seat, we got another picture of Will's drawing. Yeah, it's a pretty big building. This is about the only building that you don't really see a whole lot of writing and stuff on. It's right off the main road, so a little CGI action showing Billy driving out in the middle of nowhere. But here it is. And our last stop of the trip will be in Rome, Georgia, at the Creel House. So we got almost a 2-hour drive over there, but it'll be getting close to dark. See you then. All right, I know I said that was the last stop before going to the Creel House, but I got one more for you. I didn't realize it was so close to the other 2 locations, so I'm going to show you this one. You remember it from season 2? Here it is, the swimming pool. This is where Karen Wheeler would have been set up and Billy would have walked out from right over there through those gates and walked right past all the women at the pool here before getting on his lifeguard chair. They've got a lifeguard chair, but it's not the same one. So, but this is the pool. I can't really get any closer because the gate is locked. It seems like the gate's locked on pretty much all the filming locations, which it is winter time, so I can understand why the pool wouldn't be open. But it's definitely got water in it. You can hear it in there. But this is where it took place. Now this will be the last stop before the Creel House. I don't plan on stopping anywhere else. And this is, I'm putting in my directions on my GPS now. And hopefully we'll still have a little bit of light by the time we get to Rome, because that's where it's at. But it's after 5 now, and it's almost a 2-hour drive. I know back home it gets dark around 5:30, which means it gets dark here around 6:30 because they're an hour ahead of us. But we're gonna head on out there, pick you up on the way. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see the Krill house in the daytime. I've been on the road going to these different locations since around 9 o'clock this morning, and it's 6:30 now, so it's getting dark. It's going to be completely dark by the time I get there, but let's hope that they have some of the lights on so you can still see it, because I'm just excited to see it as y'all are. Okay, this is the final location. We just got here in Rome, Georgia. It is dark, so hopefully we'll be able to see it, but we should be walking up on it any minute. We'll know it when we see it, I promise. So, we made it to the last spot. Right behind me, there's the Krill house, Rome, Georgia. Unfortunately, it's nighttime, so it ain't gonna be the best quality, but I had to get here, and I gotta go. I gotta get home because I'm 4.5 hours from the house. It's supposed to start freezing rain here in Rome in the morning. I don't want to drive in that, so I'm gonna start driving back tonight. But here's a better view of it. Right off the main street here. Like I said, I wish I could see it during the daytime, but unfortunately, that'll be another trip that I'll have to take up here to be able to see it. So, I appreciate all of y'all watching the video, and I hope y'all had just as much fun as I did along the way. But until next time, I'm out.